Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chahade Yamuna Tira Yamuna Tiravana Chahade Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chahade Yamuna Tiravana Chahade Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Rukmini Dwarkadish Rukmini Dwarkadish Rukmini Dwarkadish Rukmini Dwarkadish Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Haribol, 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 Nitai Gaura Haribol. Nitai Gaur Premanande, Shri Hari Nam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai, Divine Grace Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Gyantimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chaksharan Militam Yana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yana Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitina Mine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mutai Mahat Priyama Pura Vibur Nirmaya Kshayati Yadamashu Purusha Vungte Gunan Sudasa Sudasatmakailang Krishishta Bhagavan Vachamsi Me. Hare Krishna. So welcome everybody for the Sunday program at the wonderful temple of Sri Sri Rukmini Dwarkadish, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai. And we are all very fortunate. I was thinking that sometimes people have lifelong memories of, the great fortune of being invited to the royal palace. Like, even though I'm from Russia originally, but I spent some time living in United Kingdom, and some people, even some of our members, sometimes are invited to the Buckingham Palace to meet the Queen. And so this is what they remember for life as a great fortune. But actually, here we are, not just in the palace of one queen in one tiny little country somewhere in the ocean, but we are in the palace of the Supreme Lord himself. And so, but sometimes familiarity breeds contempt. We do not really recognize our good fortune. And so that's why we need to discuss what does it mean to practice Krishna consciousness daily to help us remember our position and our relationship with the Supreme Lord. And with your permission and blessing, we will read from Bhagavad Gita as it is, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, because this was the book which changed my life many years ago, more than 30 years ago, when I was really looking for spiritual knowledge. I knew that there is God my whole life, but I wanted to know a little more than what Bible or Quran or other scriptures describe. I wanted to know who is God, where does He live, what does He do, how does He look like? And I could never find answers to these very important questions, I think. And the most important, what kind of relationship I have with Him, right? If He created me, there must be some purpose behind, right? And He knows the purpose. Why did I come to this world? As Mark Twain is saying that there are two most important days in your life. The first one is the day you were born, and everyone knows that. Everybody celebrates their birthdays. And it is true, according to Vedic scriptures, human life is very rare opportunity for spiritual advancement. So, yes, human birth is important. But then there is another day which is even more important. And he says, this is the day when you understand why. Why have I taken birth? That's more important than just taking birth. And so I wanted to know all these things, and I could never find an answer. And of course, these were the time when Russia was fully communist country with strict, we can say, the access to any spiritual knowledge was heavily, heavily restricted. And I could never find an answer to these questions, but somehow I came across Krishna consciousness by good fortune, and Actually, it was interesting. I don't know how many of you heard about that, but I was looking for some spiritual knowledge, and the only possible source, the only open source, was the official government source, which was very critical and blasphemous to any spiritual groups. And so I found one pamphlet which described different spiritual groups. And I was thinking, okay, at least from there I can gather something. I can get some spiritual knowledge. And I've noticed that one specific group was given the most critical description. The article started with the statement that of all the spiritual groups, these people are completely crazy. There is not even one normal person in there. There is not even one sane person in there. And the proof is that they don't even dress normally. Men are dressed in bed sheets, and ladies are dressed in curtains. And then they smear dirt on their foreheads, and men are also shaving heads, but not completely. Some part of the head remains unshaven. And looking like that, they go out on the street, and then they harass people for money. And they try to push some books which no one can understand onto people. And when they don't get much success with that program, then become very frustrated, and out of frustration, sometimes they shout very loudly, and sometimes they murmur to themselves meaningless words. And then the example of meaningless words was given: Hare Krishna, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And I knew absolutely nothing about the movement, but I was thinking, well, first of all, communists were my enemies. And so the reverse psychology worked here. I was thinking, if communists hate these people so much, these must be the best people. And so I want to find out more who these people are. And also their claim that these people are crazy cannot be substantiated, because crazy people, first of all, they can never follow any discipline, right? But these people obviously followed certain discipline. And also, I was thinking that yes, crazy people can say or shout meaningless words. It's there. But why do they shout exactly same words, right? And I thought, this is lie, that these words have no meaning. And I really felt that these particular words, Hare Krishna, have really very deep meaning. And I started inquiring from my friends, asking them, have you ever heard of Hare Krishnas? And one of my friends said, yes. I actually know some. Despite of the claims of the brochure, by the way, that, the article was saying that these horrible cults, they only exist in the, as communist propaganda was telling us, in the rotten Western world. But in our beautiful communist country, they don't exist. I was thinking, no, I have to check it out. And then one of my friends said, yes, we have Hare Krishnas in our city. And I actually know one. And I was very excited. I said, can I get more information on who these people are? And he said, yes, they have books you can read. And so he brought me one small book, and I tried to read it. I couldn't understand very much, but I understood that this book is really important. But then this small book was always referring to the same source, which was Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita says this, Bhagavad Gita says that, Bhagavad Gita says this. So I came back to my friend, I said, it seems like the source book is Bhagavad Gita. Can I get this one? And then he, his face became pale. He says, this is really dangerous. Because, just for possessing this book in your home, you can get arrested. And if you show this book to anyone or give this book to anyone, you will certainly go to jail for many years. And this actually was happening. And so he said, I don't want to risk. But I pleaded with him, so he said, all right, just for the sake of our friendship, I'll bring you Bhagavad Gita. I was very excited, so I came, and he said, but don't tell anybody, and don't, make sure that no one sees us. So we met in a secluded place, and very secretly he showed me Bhagavad Gita, and I opened it up. And yes, there it was. Everything I ever wanted to know. Who is God? What is soul? Karma, reincarnation, consciousness. What is this world? What is beyond this world? Everything was there. I was so excited. I said, please, I want to take this book and read it. He said, no way. I told him, I'll pay you anything you want just to have the opportunity to read this book. He said, no, I don't want to risk. I won't give it to you. So no matter how much I begged him, he said, I fulfilled my promise. I showed you the Bhagavad Gita, but I'm not going to give it to you. So he went away. And after that, for maybe 2 or 3 years, I was searching for Bhagavad Gita desperately, asking everyone. And I couldn't get it. But then at some point when I already lost any hope that I will ever find Bhagavad Gita, and I was walking down the street, one young man approached me and he said, I have some spiritual books you might be interested in. And I immediately felt that he has Bhagavad Gita. And so he pulled out Bhagavad Gita. I was so excited, I said, please, I'm so desperate to have this book, I can pay you anything you want. He said, sure. And then he quoted some ridiculously low price. He said, you can just give me that and have Bhagavad Gita. I was thinking, this man is crazy. He's ready to part with such a valuable book for nothing. Anyway, I had no idea that it was book distribution program. And then, I started, this was like the fulfillment of the dream for many years. So you can just imagine that I was just reading Bhagavad Gita and sharing with everybody, all my friends, what I've read, etc. And so this was nearly 30 years ago, and I still read Bhagavad Gita because it's so exciting. It actually has exciting. It has many layers of wisdom in it, and it has much more than meets the eye. And so I have my favorite verses in Bhagavad Gita, and so if you don't mind, we could read one of those verses. Yes, everyone's okay with it? Can I have a copy of Bhagavad Gita? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So this is chapter 4, which is entitled Transcendental Knowledge. And one of the verses our founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada quoted quite often is text that 11 because this particular text is helping us to understand very important secret in Krishna consciousness. Anyway, we'll read it and then you will know what we're talking about. Yayadhamam prapadyante tamstatheva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaham. Translation: as all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. And Srila Prabhupada's purport: everyone is searching for Krishna in the different aspects of his manifestations. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is partially realized in his impersonal Brahma-Jyoti effulgence, and as the all-pervading Supersoul dwelling within everything, including the particles of atoms. But Krishna is fully realized only by his pure devotees. Consequently, Krishna is the object of everyone's realization, and thus anyone and everyone is satisfied according to one's desire to have him. In the transcendental world also, Krishna reciprocates with his pure devotees in the transcendental attitude, just as the devotee wants him. One devotee may want Krishna as Supreme Master, another as his personal friend, another as his son, and still another as his lover. Krishna rewards all the devotees equally according to their different intensities of love for him. In the material world, the same reciprocations of feelings are there, and they are equally exchanged by the Lord with the different types of worshippers. The pure devotees, both here and in the transcendental abode, associate with him in person and are able to render personal service to the Lord and thus derive transcendental bliss in his loving service. As for those who are impersonalists and who want to commit spiritual suicide by annihilating the individual existence of the living entity, Krishna helps also by absorbing them into his effulgence. Such impersonalists do not agree to accept the eternal blissful personality of Godhead. Consequently, they cannot relish the bliss of transcendental personal service to the Lord, having extinguished their individuality. Some of them, who are not firmly situated even in the impersonal existence, return to this material field to exhibit their dormant desires for activities. They are not admitted into the spiritual planets, but they are again given a chance to act on the material planets. For those who are fruitive workers, the Lord awards the desired results of their particular duties, prescribed duties, as the Yageshwar. And those who are yogis seeking mystic powers are awarded such powers. In other words, everyone is dependent for success upon his mercy alone. And all kinds of spiritual processes are but different degrees of success on the same path. Unless, therefore, one comes to the highest perfection of Krishna consciousness, all attempts remain imperfect, as is stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam 2.3.10. Akama sarvakama va moksha kama udarati tivrena bhakti yogina yajeta purusham param. Whether one is without desire, the condition of the devotees, or is desirous of all fruitive results, or is after liberation, one should with all efforts try to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead for complete perfection, culminating in Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yatha mam prapadyante tamstata bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashaha. As all surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respects, O son of Pritha. So this is really deep verse. and there is no chance to discuss everything connected to it, but we'll discuss a few points just as a sample. So, one statement which appears in this verse, Mama Vartmano Vartante Manusha Partha Sarvasha, which means that everyone follows my path in all respects as Anuprita, is also repeated. First, it appears in the 3rd chapter, and it is repeated here. So, but someone may doubt this statement. How is Krishna is claiming that everyone follows my path in all respects, right? Because how many Hare Krishnas are there? Not too many, right? So, and normally, if we take things externally, yes, there are only Hare Krishnas who follow Krishna's path. But Krishna says, Sarvasha, Manusha Partha Sarvasha, everyone follows, all human beings follow my path in all respects. So what does it mean? It means very simple thing, path. Just imagine a path. And there is nothing else but the path. And the path is the set of laws created by the Supreme Lord, right? And so all of us have only 2 choices in life, right? We can either follow the laws and get rewards, or break the laws and get in trouble, right? And so this is what Krishna refers to. There is only one path, and so you can only follow this path. But some people choose to follow this path upwards, and other people choose to follow this path downwards, right? The upward, we are in the middle, like even geographically you can say, on the universal scale, our planet is situated in the middle of the universe, right? And then there are 14 subdivisions of planetary systems, 7 above, 7 below. And so that's all you have. You can either follow upwards, and so if you follow Krishna's path partially, if you follow what Krishna says, but then you do not go to the ultimate destination, you can improve your position. You can move up. There are heavenly planets at the top, so you can go to heaven. If you follow a little bit more seriously, you become detached from the material world. You can leave this universe and go into impersonal effulgence, Brahmajyoti. But if you are serious, then you go all the way up to the kingdom of God, Vaikuntha or Goloka Vrindavan, and intelligent people choose this destination for the simple reason that even if you go to heaven, still the heaven is in the material realm and the life there is temporary. We were passing by today through Malibu and looking at the houses of all the wealthy people living there and discussing how much opportunities for enjoyment they have. And I was thinking, gosh, it must be really miserable for these people to die, right? If you have nothing, you know, you don't feel sorry if you have to die, okay, you know. You don't have much to lose, right? But if you have so much, And just imagine you'll have to die, right? And death, there is one Russian author, and he's been pretty smart. He said, it's actually not a problem that we are mortal. The real problem is that we are abruptly mortal, suddenly mortal, right? It can happen at any moment. I mean, it is a fact that some people will not see tomorrow's sunrise, right? And who are these people? Nobody knows. It's like a lottery, right? Your number's up, and that's it. You won't see tomorrow's sunrise, right? And then you can imagine if someone is so wealthy and have so many things to enjoy, it must be a really, really miserable experience, right? To leave it all. So, as sure as death. And therefore, no matter how pleasurable situation is in the material world, the law of nature is the more you enjoy, the more you will have to suffer as a result of all this enjoyment and die. So that's why intelligent people don't want to go to heaven. They don't want to just improve their position because it's all temporary. You're going to lose it all. And so you want to go to the place which is eternal and which is full of bliss and knowledge, and have the position you will never have to lose, and live in the world where there are no sufferings, right? Because no matter how good the position in this material world, it is still the birth in a material world follows by disease, old age, and death, and threefold miseries. And therefore, intelligent people, tasyaiva heta prayata kovido, they want to achieve the destination which is beyond this world. And so this is the path upwards, and we can choose how high we want to go. But there is also a path downwards, leading to misery, leading to ultimately hellish planets, hellish existence. And so this system is set by the Supreme Lord in this world, and we can either choose to follow the laws or break the laws. But still, you cannot avoid the laws. You cannot escape. I mean, in this material world, some people, if they're really tricky and smart, they can avoid material laws. But universal laws are immutable, as Srila Prabhupada was saying. And so that's why this statement is an absolute reality, that everyone follows Krishna's path in all respect. Everyone follows his laws, has to follow the laws. But the first thing Krishna says, Yayadamam prapadyante tam statava bhajamyaham. As they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. And Srila Prabhupada starts his purport with very surprising statement. He says, everyone is searching for Krishna in the different aspects of his manifestations. I mean, this statement also might be questioned, right? You stop 100 people in Culver City and just, take a poll and ask them, are you searching for Krishna? And probably most of these people would, not even be able to relate to the question, what are you talking about? I'm searching for something else, not Krishna. So how is that true? Well, because Krishna is all attractive, and everyone is attracted in this world basically by 6 things. Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yasha shasriya jnana vairagya. Wealth, right? This is the first and foremost thing people looking for. There is one Russian joke that related to men. Wise advice to any man. If you're looking for a woman, don't waste your time. Look for money. If you will find money, women will find you automatically. Right? So this is the first thing everyone's searching for in this material world. Right? Wealth. And then virya, power, yasha, fame, shri, shriya, beauty. I mean, cosmetic industry is one of the most profitable industries on the planet because everyone is so interested in beauty. Jnana, knowledge, and vairagya. I mean, not many people looking for renunciation, but some people do, right? And so, who is giving? Who is the source of wealth? Who is the source of power? Who is the source of all these advantages in life? Some people may say, oh, I am the source because of my work, because of my efforts, I have achieved something, but is it really so? Because we can see that some people working very, very hard and they only get $20 an hour. Even that is pretty good for some people, right? But other people, they get $20,000 an hour or $200,000 an hour, right? These people do exist. So what's the difference, right? Are those people working harder? No. They don't work harder, they work smarter, right? And where did they get the intelligence, right? Who is the source of the intelligence? So we can understand if anyone gains anything in this world, it's been a blessing. There are our efforts, and certainly we have to make an effort. Even if I tell you, how many of you want this flower? Please raise your hands if you want this flower. Okay. But how many of you really want this flower? Okay. So we'll check how many of you really want this flower. Okay. No, I don't believe you. You're not very convincing. So you may want it as long as you want, but what do you need? Yes, I believe this lady really wants the flower. Welcome, because she made an effort, right? So two things are there, our effort and mercy, right? And we can have so many advantages in life, but we still have to make an effort, right? Like the flower is offered, but still, at least one has to come and take it. And so, but we can see so many people making an effort, but they don't get the results because somehow they don't get the mercy from the above, mercy of the Lord. And so therefore, Krishna says, as they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. And this is very important for all of us to understand, because sometimes even it is relevant for those who already practicing Krishna consciousness, which I'm sure quite a few in here. So let me see the show of hands. How many of you are chanting Hare Krishna daily? Please raise your hands. Okay. So it's pretty much majority of the present here. But we can see that even amongst those who do chant Hare Krishna, people are getting different results, right? Some of those who chant Hare Krishna, they don't get much result, not much excitement, but other people, they live like in the spiritual world by chanting Hare Krishna. I still remember one class given by my spiritual master. It was in Russia. And so he was telling the devotees that Krishna consciousness means festival every single day. The life in Krishna consciousness is so blissful. It's like a daily festival. And I was interpreting his class, and I saw the expressions on the faces of the devotees. They were like, festival every day, what Maharaj is talking about. And then he said, well, actually, believe me, Krishna consciousness is festival every day, because I'm here today and we have a festival, and I'll be going to the other place and we're going to have festival there as well. So Krishna consciousness means festival every day. And he also writes about his experiences, keeps diary of a traveling monk, and some people read the diary and they express doubts. They say, how is it possible that so many miracles keep happening with the same man again, and again, non-stop? He must be making things up. But I travel with him on regular basis, and I see what's going on. And I can tell from, the witness standpoint that many things which do happen with him, he doesn't even describe in his diary, right? Because they are so unbelievable, he just keeps quiet about these things, right? So it's actually much more than he writes. And so, how this is possible? That some people chant Hare Krishna and their life is so exciting and it's vibrant, it's full of bright colors, and it's like miracle every day. And other people chant Hare Krishna and it's, boring, or it's, like not much going on, etc. What to speak of? Those people who don't chant Hare Krishna. It's just full on misery, pretty much. And this is what Krishna is explaining here in this verse. As they surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Because it's not enough, as we have seen in the example. It's not enough to want to become Krishna conscious. We have to make an effort. And effort means that we read Srila Prabhupada's books very carefully and we implement the science in our lives. And then the more we follow what Krishna says, the more amazing Krishna consciousness will become for all of us. So Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. We still have a few minutes left. If anyone has any questions or comments, you're welcome. Yes, Prabhu, we have a microphone. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhu, for your lecture. Beautiful. What I wanted to ask was, in Russia today, how is Hare Krishna accepted? Is it widely accepted? Does the government still put you in jail for reading the Bhagavad Gita? What is it like in Russia?
We're not prosecuted as it was before. Now it's more open. But now we have another force, and I hope they don't watch me from Russia for saying that, which prosecutes us. And this is, well, we can say one, a dominant religious tradition which wants to keep the whole country for themselves, and they want to eliminate all competition. And so it's a pretty hard one because they have a lot of political influence as well. But it's very interesting because there is a good reason why they do so, because the kind of knowledge we offer, they don't have, and the kind of standards we follow, they don't follow, right? And then we become a living, what do you call it? Threat, not only threat, but, like, by showing better example than them, yeah, we, even without trying, we put them down in the face of people. I can give you one example that we were planning for one festival, and we wanted to do it on a large scale for more people, so we hired some facility, but we didn't have enough resources to organize this festival, so we were going around businesses and asking different businessmen for donations to help us. And we went to one man who had a fruit market, and we were asking if he could help us with fruits. And we gave him. We said, we want to have Festival of India for the people and etc. And we gave him some books as a gift, gave him some prasadam. And he said, yes, sure, I can help you. And he was very generous. He gave us a lot of fruits. And then he said, if you ever need any help, you're always welcome. I will always be helping you. And you know why? And he said, those monks, Russian Orthodox monks, they come to me. I never help them, but I will always help you. And we were asking why. And he said, well, these guys, first of all, you are very different from them because, and this man doesn't know anything about our philosophy at all. He said, these guys, they come in to my door, they hardly fit into the doorway because they are so fat, right? And he said, it seems like fat is dripping from the point, from the tips of their fingers. This is one thing. And second one is they're so demanding. They kind of shout and scream and they say, you have to, do what we say, otherwise we'll curse you, you're going to go to hell, etc. And then he said, I have to tell them, you cannot threaten me like that, it's my choice. I can help you if I want to, but, I don't really want to help you, and so you can just get lost and never come back, right? Because you behave yourself in such a way. But you guys, you are lean and thin, and you are so humble and you are so sweet. And plus, I see the car you're driving. It's a very simple car. These guys, they drive, really posh cars, and so why should I help them? They have so much, and they misbehave as well. And so this is just a regular man. And then he makes the comparison, and this is what's happening. And so they try to prosecute us, but, so many people are supporting us, even without understanding our philosophy or anything. They just see, the difference. And actually not ordinary people, but even their own priests, funny enough, they buy Srila Prabhupada's books and read Prabhupada's books because they want to have deeper spiritual knowledge than they have. And then, of course, they start chanting Hare Krishna on their beads because they have much deeper spiritual experiences. And so it's very interesting what kind of processes are happening in the country. So, in my experience, Krishna consciousness is not reversible. Once it enters, it develops no matter what, and so this is the most exciting thing about it. Yes, okay, we should let the champion lady ask the question.
Hello, my name is Nitika Sharma. It's the first time I'm here
Oh, welcome.
taking this class.
That's
and
good.
It's lovely. I actually am here to learn the art of self-awareness and reflection with how your actions reflect others. I currently work for a hedge fund, and that serves me means of, purchasing goods and living on my own. However, I feel like my path in life is to write and use my voice and project on the media to globalize certain things and fairness and such. And I'm here to just learn that and be guided by amazing gurus like you and really learn what my path is in life. And I wanted to ask, what classes, I love yoga, I love meditation, but what other resources are there that are available to me?
Resources in terms of knowledge?
Yes, knowledge, or if not just that, just being more grounded and focused. So
Yeah.
I can execute even working in business, how to deal with certain people, or just me applying my skill set to reading and writing and producing YouTube videos and such, which I'm working on.
Yes, actually, Bhagavad Gita and the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and the application of this knowledge is the greatest resource. I can give you an example, even from the business field. One Christian man who was the CEO of the Singapore Airlines for quite a few years. He made this airline into the global success, and anyone who flies Singapore Airlines know how good they are. And when he was asked, what is the secret behind the success of your airline? He said, this secret is one verse from Bhagavad Gita. And this is very famous and actually historic verse for us also, and it is Vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana bahushaka kyanantascha buddhaya vyavasayanam, which says that those who are on the path of perfection, of spiritual perfection, of devotional service, they are resolute and their aim is one. And other people who are not following the path of perfection, the path of devotional service, they are irresolute and their intelligence is many-branched. So we need to be focused. And he said, once he read that verse from Bhagavad Gita, he was thinking, okay, how does our service to God manifest in business? So maybe we can improve our serving, the passengers, the clientele, and so he helped the entire company. Instead of focusing on profits or flying the planes, he said, let's just focus on customer services. Okay, so that's going to be our service to God. And so just by partially implementing one single verse out of 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita, he achieved global success. Now you can imagine fully implementing all 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita, what that can give, right? So Bhagavad Gita is the greatest resource for all of us.
Thank you. I
in
read
anything.
that. So sorry.
Sure.
I actually just finished reading the Bhagavad Gita. My grandfather gave it to me before he passed, so it's in Punjabi and Hindi, but then I translated it into English before I even found out you guys had a English copy here. And I think it was lovely, and I'd like to write about that and other things, so when this is over, I'd like to affiliate with somebody who could actually teach me and I could socialize.
Sure, yes, you're always welcome. We have so many very senior practicing members in this particular community. I'm just a visitor here, but we have a lot of people here who have great wisdom, and you can always learn from them. So you're always welcome. All right, I suppose our time is up, right? Okay, so thank you all very much for your kind attention. If anyone has any questions, you can always meet me individually. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.